All right, let's start this training. We have over 330 people on this training. Let me go ahead and start it. 好，那我们今天这个培训正式开始哈，因为我们今天是一个特别的这个机会，请到我们老板来给我们所有的华人团队做一次凝胶的培训。那么老板呢，我就不介绍，大家都知道了。那我介绍一下杨医生，杨医生今天为我们专门为我们来做这一个翻译。那杨医生呢，他是在美国有执照的这个针灸师、功能医学医师，他毕业于上海中医大学，在美国南方家庭医疗执行总裁他是美国南方家庭医疗执行总裁及全球健康管理师培训导师。杨医生行医有35年，中西结合，在减脂塑身方面有丰富的经验，而且对我们的凝胶也是非常的了解。所以我们今天请到他来帮我们翻译哈，非常荣幸能够请到他。OK，
谢谢。
Dr. Yang, your hands raised.
Oh no, I don't know who. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, no.
Okay, so Alexy, I just briefly introduced Dr. Yang as our translator, and I don't think I need to introduce you because everyone knows you, and you are the big boss and our product formulator. So let's go ahead and start it, and we can start with you, Alexy.
Yes, first of all, I'm so excited. Today is very special. I wish we started this a long time ago. I want to welcome Kelly and thank her for taking care of us tonight or today for some people. And of course, I want to thank Dr. Yang tremendously for being here and helping with the translation and helping me get the message, inspire people all over the planet. Thank you both.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, Alexy 今天是非常激动，非常开心，觉得这个事情应该很早就做了。那么今天我们共同来主持这个 training， 希望能够把 Alexy 的声音传播到全球。
So today's special because we get to talk about Somoderm. Somoderm is a product that's been around since 2001. So it's a little over 20 years in the making, and has changed so many lives today.
Somoderm 已经从2010年初期已经有20年的历史了。那么今天是非常一个特殊的日子，我们来探讨一下 Somoderm 这样一个凝胶帮了这么多的人。
Recording in progress.
So today I will not talk about why Somoderm came to life, but I will talk about what is Somoderm and what does it do.
今天我们不讲 Somoderm 是怎么帮助人的，今天我们是讲 Somoderm 到底是有什么样的功能，能够帮到人家什么，能够帮到什么。
So in your body, there's a hormone called HGH, or human growth hormone. This hormone, when you're born with your body releasing and producing the hormone. And when you reach your mid to late 20s, your hormone level starts going down.
今天先讲的就是一个生长激素。那生长激素呢，叫英文的缩写就是 HGH, growth hormone. 那么当你出生之后，那么生长激素已经伴随你一直在分泌了。当人生达到20岁左右的时候，生长激素就是慢慢的下降。
This hormone is very special because it's the mother of all hormones. Your body uses it to convert it to any hormone your body needs.
这个生长激素是一个非常特殊的一个生长激素，就像一个母亲一样，你身上所有的其他的所有的激素都是从这生长激素分泌出来的。
Once you hit your 25 to 28 years of age, the levels of the HGH start going down. And once these levels starts dropping, the aging process becomes more visible.
当超过25岁到28岁之后，生长激素就开始出现下降。当生长激素开始下降之后，那么你看上去就在慢慢的变老。
I'll give you a small example on how you notice the difference from before and after. Some things we don't think about all the time. But if a child falls down and breaks their arm, you will notice that their arm will heal very quickly. Within a week to 10 days, their arm heals. When a 25-year-old falls and breaks their arm, it might take a month or 2 months. When a 50-year-old breaks their arm, it might take 6 months to a year to even get back to normal, if ever. And this is one of the many signs of HGH levels dropping down in your body. Your body starts healing slower.
在这里举一个很简单的例子，大家可能没有注意到。打个比方，当一个10岁的孩子把手给摔断了，那么他们的恢复期大概在1个礼拜到10天左右就可以恢复了，骨头就是慢慢的愈合了。当一个人超过25岁之后，那么这个愈合的程度就要超过1个月左右。那么当你50岁的时候，那么这个愈合期差不多6个月。中国人讲过叫伤筋动骨100天嘛，这个100天的话，就是说随着时间的延长，那个时间会越来越长。那么这就是一个生长激素起的一个作用。
There are many other effects of signs of aging and dropping levels of HGH.
在身体当中有各种各样不同的表现，当你的生长激素在下降的时候。
Some of them is joint pain. Some of them are lack of sleep or sleep that's not deep enough. Some of them are stress and negative mood.
有些人会痛，脚痛啊，手腕痛啊。有些人出现睡眠的改变，睡不着啦。那很多人会出现情绪的改变，觉得很紧张、很劳累、很沮丧。这些都是因为生长激素的下降引起。
Some are lack of energy and fatigue. Some are slow or no recovery. Some are high inflammation in the body and a weaker immune system.
有些会出现皮肤的改变，有些会出现情绪的改变，有些会出现不够精力，会觉得很累。所以这些所有的症状都是因为生长激素下降引起的这些症状。
Almost every cell in your body depends on this mother of all hormones to be able to be healthy and multiply safely.
那么你身体上每一个细胞都在依靠这样一个母亲原始的一个荷尔蒙 HGH 来促进身体的生长和分泌。
How do we get HGH exogenously? If the body's level drop down, how do we get HGH from the outside? Normally, what doctors and hospitals have used in the past is injectables. What a lot of athletes use as well to improve their performance is also injectable, which is very expensive, very dangerous, and very painful.
那么我们如何可以让我们身体的生长激素恢复到原先的水平呢？那当然有各种办法。那么从医学上来讲的话，最常见的，如果去看医生的话，最常见的话就是给你注射生长激素。那么很多运动员都会有去注射那个生长激素的这样一个行为。那么当然是非常非常贵，当然而且大概有很多副作用。
And it's not very safe because if you take too much of this hormone, it converts to too much of the other hormones, and you can be dealing with so many side effects.
刚才 Alexy 讲过，那生长激素是一个母原激素。当你如果用了过量的生长激素之后，那么它也会把其他的激素水平提高了，那么身体就会出现很多不正常的反应。
On the other hand, you try to get a natural product that supports or has somotropin in it, and most of them you take internally. And when you take them internally, that destroys HGH. So your mouth and your stomach lining destroys HGH.
那么有些办法就是通过口服的，口服的生长激素的话会出现一个问题，因为当你口服之后，那么你的胃酸跟你的胃液可能会把生长激素给破坏了，所以你的量是不够的。
This is where Somoderm stands alone and is one-of-a-kind product that's been around for 20 years with millions of people that have tried it.
这就是我们的 Somoderm 的不同的地方，已经20年的临床，有几百万的人用过。
Somoderm is a transdermal solution that you can apply on your largest organ, which is your skin.
我们的 Somoderm 是一个皮肤吸收型的一个涂剂凝胶再用在身体最大的一个器官皮肤。
Somoderm consists of 3 components. Component number 1 is a homeopathic microdose of HGH.
生长激素我们 Somoderm 里面有3个最主要的一个成分，第一个成分就是我们叫 homeopath 里面的一个非常微小的一个生长激素的一个成分。
It's actually a natural source. It's made from a combination of amino acids. So you don't have to worry about it coming from an unethical source because the injectables they usually get from embryos. And those are the ones they use in hospitals. They're high doses, they're dangerous, and sometimes they're unethical because they get them from embryos and fetuses. Somoderm comes from an amino acid combination, so it's natural and it's safe.
我们的 Somoderm 的采用的成分呢是一个氨基酸，是一个非常原始的一个自然的成品。相比医疗界使用的那个 HGH 的成分，它是通过胚胎提取出来，所以从道德来讲的话，因为美国比较注重道德嘛，所以说从道德角度来讲的话，因为美国人认为胚胎提取是不道德的一个行为，所以说我们的 Somoderm 的那个材料的来源是非常自然，是非常非常自然的一个成分。
So unlike other hormones, HGH, your body needs almost all day long. When you take other hormones, your body breaks down very slowly. So you can take it in the morning and it can last for a day or 2 days. With HGH, your body destroys in 15 to 30 minutes. So if you inject it in the fat tissue in the gut and it leaks into your body all day long. But that's too high and not safe of a dose. Somoderm has the right micro amount that you can put on your skin and your body can use it and metabolize it properly. So it's not too much of a dose that's put in areas to produce too much skin. So it's absolutely the safest, most effective form to deliver HGH to the body.
那么 Somoderm 相比那个注射的那个 HGH 的话，注射的生长激素来讲的话 ，Somoderm 是比较安全的，因为当你把那个生长激素注入在那个你的脂肪层下面的话，那可能会过量，你身体会刺激你的身体大量的刺激你的身体。但是呢，我们的 Somoderm 的话呢是在皮肤上面涂抹的。它是一个 micro， 就是一个微剂量的一个行为，一个产品，所以说你身体会代谢的非常好，非常安全，所以相比那个注射的那个生长激素的话 ，Somoderm 是很安全的。
The second part of Somoderm is an actual component of glandules that support the endocrine system, specifically the adrenal, pituitary, and thyroid.
那第二个成分呢是肾上腺素。那肾上腺素的话呢，它是一个刺激你身体的一个肾上腺素的一个肾上腺素的一个产品。那么它是在为肾上激素上面，这个我可能翻译有点不是很精确它就说是个肾上腺素的一个提取物，那么对你的身体的肾上激素上面有一个刺激作用。
These 3 glands, you ask why? I tell you why. These 3 glands work together all the time. And if one of them gets weaker, all of them will start paying the price and they also get weaker. So as I started doing research, I started seeing that in the late 90s, men and women, their adrenal and their thyroid glands are very, very weak because the stress, lifestyle, sitting behind computers all the time, drinking energy drinks, not sleeping properly, overworking, the amount of stress and all these things can actually create a lot of stress on the adrenal and thyroid. And because of this, people became dependent on so many medications.
那么在现代人的这样一个紧张的行为上面，他们都是用了很多的一个刺激物在刺激他们的身体。那么这两个器官是影响最大的一个肾上腺素跟一个甲状腺素。那么在这方面的话 ，Somoderm 对它能有一个很好的一个调节的作用。
Somoderm actually has a glandular support system that will make the adrenal and thyroid more effective and makes them repair faster. And that will support the pituitary as well. So when these three organs function together, your body not will only increase, stimulate, and release more natural HGH on its own as well.
这样哈，刚才 Alex 讲的话是三个一个三位体，一个是脑垂体，一个是甲状腺素，一个是肾上腺素。那么这三个一个完美的一个配合，那 Somoderm 呢？ 对甲状腺素跟肾上腺素一个非常完美的一个调节作用。那么通过这样的调节，可以反馈到你的下垂体。那么这样一个通道是一个完美的一个通道。
So after we covered the first component, which is somatropin, HGH, the second component, which is the glands and the glandular support system, the third component is equally as important to me. And this is the botanical or herbal blend in the product.
那第三个的话，也是一个非常非常重要的成分，它是一个植物精华的一个成分。
These ingredients are carefully sifted and extracted to carry a proper dose that's very effective. And every single herb in this product actually is linked and has studies that has been effective in increasing the body's natural mechanism on releasing more HGH when you are being active in releasing HGH.
这是一个比较复杂的一个翻译，我一下子可能翻得不是太清楚因为从我第三个产品的话，是从我们的植物精华里面提取出来的，通过它有一个大量的一个研究式的一个研究的一个支持，那么这样的产品的提取呢，对我们的 HGH 有一个非常大的一个辅助作用。
I'm going to tell you a small story or a short story about Somoderm when it first started in the early 2000s.
他会讲一个小故事给你们听，那是一个在20年前的时候一个小故事，当那 Somoderm 开始的时候。
Sorry. When I first developed the product, I developed it for personal friends of mine that are athletes and active people that are in the MMA dojo and karate and all of that. And they used it the most. It was mostly men in the age of 25 to 35.
当时的话Alex 去发明这个产品是为他一个朋友而发明的。那个朋友呢是打拳的，就美国的就是一个职业拳会嘛 MMA。那么所有的那些人都是运动员，都是拳击运动员跟那个功夫那个 karate 那种运动员。那么他们的年龄都在25岁到30岁左右。
I used to do it out of one store. These people, my friends, used to come in, use the product, buy it, and leave. They come back after a month or two and they get more. What they told me is they noticed improvement in energy, in mood, in sleep, and in recovery in just a short few weeks to a couple of months.
当时 Alex 就是一个小店，那么那些运动员呢都会来买了东西就走，买了东西就走，然后过一段时间又回来。那么他们的普遍反应就是说，他们用了之后，他们会觉得他们的精力非常旺盛，睡觉也觉得很好了，恢复了很快，然后精力也energy 然后那个心情也非常愉快。
Now I remember the first woman that came to the store and asked me to use HGH. And she bought the product and she came back in a week.
他记得第一个来的女性，她来了买了东西之后，她1个星期之后就回来了。
She came back in a week and she told me, "Oh my God, I feel energy. My mood is so good. I'm sleeping better. I feel everything's so amazing." And I'm thinking, why does it work so fast for a woman? It took a month for a man to work and give him the same results. And all of a sudden for women, it actually worked in a week or 2 weeks and half of the time. So I went to the doctors that I worked with and the scientists, and we had a serious discussion on why, and I will tell you.
那个女性一个星期之后回来之后就说，哇，那反应怎么这么好？她的精力也非常旺盛了，她的心情也非常愉快了，然后她睡觉睡得非常好，那就觉得很奇怪。那么对 Alex 来讲的话，他觉得为什么女性的反应会这么强烈？女性的话1个星期就见效了，男性呢通过1个礼拜、1个月的见效。那么他就去寻找他的医生来寻找这个答案。
This is what scientists say and study, and this is what science proves. Men are predominantly driven by one major hormone called testosterone. And you have to take Silverderm for a month or so to notice the increase, right? But women use a lot more of their hormones. So when they take Somoderm, they feel the change a lot faster because Somoderm has somatropin. Somatropin metabolizes to more just than one hormone. So women get the benefits quicker than men do, and they feel the results a lot faster. So the audience changed so quickly from 100% men to like 75% women in just a couple of years.
科学证明，就是从科学角度来讲的话，男性是一个睾丸激素。那么睾丸激素的话，要通过大量的刺激才会生长，所以说它的恢复比较慢。那女性的生长激素的话，从他们的从那个从生长激素来讲的话，女性的生长激素的水平恢复比男性快，所以他们的反应也比男性快很多。
Some of the benefits between men and women were identical. I mean, everybody would tell me improved mood, energy, recovery, sleep are some of the few things that people notice. What's more interesting is I noticed that for people that are younger, they use the product to increase and improve their performance. As you get older, you become more needing the product to feel as good as you felt when you were younger.
男性跟女性用了Somoderm之后的反应基本上都是一样的，精力也旺盛啦，心情也好了，睡觉也好了。但是它有几个分别的话，就是说，当你年轻的时候用的时候，你会觉得非常非常开心，非常非常舒服你的反应会非常好。那么当你到了年纪大的时候，你要通过这个产品来寻找这个年轻的感觉。
So when I was younger, I used to have the bottle of Somoderm right there, and I used to run and go use it whenever I'm not feeling good. So if I'm feeling down or I'm tired or I'm not sleeping, I use it and I feel great. But now, after a few years and I'm older, I use it all the time because I need it all the time. And that shows me that the level of HGH when you're younger starts dropping, okay? And your body becomes a little bit, it's asking for more, right, of this hormone to start feeling this balance. And I notice now that it keeps me more stable, it keeps my energy always like this. So it's not like up and down, up and down. So my mood, when I'm not feeling so good and I'm stressed, Somoderm, it keeps me just like that. So with the mood, with the energy and recovery, it's been unbelievable. And I noticed that I need it today more than I ever needed it before.
Alex 用他自身的反应来这样讲，他说，当他年轻的时候用Somoderm的时候，他是想用的时候用，他觉得不开心的时候用，他会觉得很开心。他觉得他的那个情绪低落的时候用的时候，他会觉得情绪会恢复了。那么他就说，等于是想用的时候用，不是一直在用。那么他说，当他的年纪到了一定程度之后，他现在不老，对不对？他到一定程度之后，他觉得他必须天天在用，才能够恢复他年轻的这样一个水平。就是说，他用的时间比较多，然后要一直持续的在用，才能够让他的身体达到他年轻时候觉得开心、轻松的一个状态。那么就是说，从这样一个角度来反映之后，就是说，当你的 HGH 在年轻的时候，它的下降水平不高，所以说你用的时候是需要的时候才用。当你的生长激素开始下降的时候，就年纪大的时候，那你必须要一直用，才能维持你的生长激素在一个平衡的水平。
So this unbelievable product it's been around since 2001. But in 2017, I met with a small group of 300 people on a phone call. and I was asked to tell the story about what it does, just like what I'm telling you guys now. And in just 2 months, they asked me to get back on the call. And I started getting the testimonials from all these people, the same stories that I was hearing from my friends almost 15 years before.
那个产品是2001年发明的。那么2017的时候呢 ，Alex 跟有一帮人在做了一个会议。做了会议之后呢，就是说2个月之后，他们又要召开另外一个会议，就是说从这批人当中，他得到了非常好的一个反响，就像以前他刚开始一样。
So after that, of course, I became dedicated to building New Life because I wanted to pay attention to the industry where people are allowed to share the stories together and actually be rewarded for sharing the story.
那么从这个时候开始，他就开始专注的去开发这个产品，就是成立这样一个新生命的公司。那么从这样一个发展，从这样一个过程当中，他也得到了非常好的一个奖励。
So Somoderm is actually made right here in Iowa, in Iowa in the U.S.
那 Somoderm 实际上是一个美国产品，它在阿尔瓦生产的。
It's actually registered and it has the highest quality tested ingredients controlled all the time.
它是一个在 FDA register 登记过的一个非常好的一个产品。
So you don't ever have to wonder about quality. What's a big deal in our industry is this lack of control. So I take personal responsibility in providing you the highest quality in these ingredients, especially that we've had this product for over 20 years. I want to make sure we deliver only the highest quality ingredients because this is your body and we don't compromise when it has to do with ingredients.
在营养素的开发产品里面，控制混乱是一个最大的问题。那么 Alex 说，他可以用自己的人生来担保这个产品，他们提供的是一个非常高质量的产品，所以说你们不用担心任何安全的问题。
I saw a question earlier pop up on the sideboard right here, and I was saying, how is this product different from the competitors? And I want to ask this question. I wanted to answer this question. This product has no competitors.
Alex 一直想看一下其他的那个其他的公司有没有同样的产品。那么他发现到目前为止，他是没有一个竞争对手的。
This product has lots of people that try to copy it, but the one thing that you can't copy is the results of the millions and millions of people and stories that Somoderm has created with your help.
很多人想 copy 我们的这个产品，但是他是无法 copy 的是，通过我们20年的这样一个努力，我们有几百万人的认证，这是其他公司真无法可以复制的。
No matter how many people try to copy it, you know that you have in your hands the best product and a one-of-a-kind product the companies will attempt to copy forever.
不管有多少竞争对手想复制我们的产品，但是你知道，在你手上是一个最高质量的一个产品。
What I want to do is very important for me personally, Doctor, to listen to some of the questions and answer some questions. So if you don't mind, can we have, maybe 4 or 5 questions that come up that you think are important that we can answer?
Sure. Alex 说他最想做的就是能够去发现问题或回答问题。那么现在接下来的时间的时候，大家尽量能够提几个比较特殊的问题来问 Alex， 然后我们尽量能够回答这些问题。
By the way, I see one.
I saw a question. So
Yeah.
what helps to elevate a better HGH level? Result from a dietary aspect.
就是说，怎么样可以通过饮食来提高那个生长激素的一个水平
All right. So one of the best things to do to actually increase natural production and release of HGH is not to eat food. Okay, that's one thing that will make your body produce more HGH. Another thing is to dive in very, very cold water. Okay. I'm talking after the age of 30, 28, 29. And the third thing is to run very fast, sprinting, not jogging, sprinting. Those are three things that actually can naturally, without anything, increase your natural release of HGH.
OK， 要提高你身体的生长激素，有三个事情可以做。第一个东西就是屁股，就是不吃东西，对不对？第二个事情就是说你能够去跳到冰水里面去，那是苏联人最喜欢做的。第三个事情就是说你能够跑，飞快的去跑。
The other most important one out of all three is sleep. Sleep, sleep. The longer and deeper you sleep, the more you allow your body to release HGH. But after you pass 28 to 30, and even the sleep is not enough to get back that amount you used to produce when you were younger.
最好的另外一个，从这三个里面最好的还是睡觉，你能够睡一个香甜的觉，是对你最好的。但是问题是，当你超过25岁之后，你睡觉睡得再多的话，你的生长激素分泌也没有像你年轻的时候这么多了。
And this is natural. As you age, your HGH goes down, and that's why you age. But this is why Somoderm is designed with a little bit of somotropin and all of the support. And the purpose of Somoderm is to actually slow down the aging process.
这是一个自然现象，所以说为什么需要有我们的凝胶？通过这个凝胶的话，才可以让我们的衰老慢的减慢。I'm so sorry, I'm choking my water.
You okay, doctor?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. Just worried about you here, man.
No, a little bit nervous, but interpreted so long.
Gotcha. All right. There was a question I want to answer that I saw earlier. It says, is there any chemicals in Somoderm? I want to answer that question.
OK， 他要回答另外一个问题，就是说有些人问的就是在这里面有没有化学成分。
Somoderm is 99% natural, but it has 1% of the ingredients that are very important to be used as carrier to get the somotropin and the other ingredients through the skin. But it's 99% natural.
它是99%的是一个自然产品，然后1%的一个成分，它是让你能够通过皮肤来吸收。
All right. Any more good questions?
Yeah, I saw some questions here.
Yeah, I think this question, I think a lot of people asking is, a lot of people were using is very effective, but after 1 or 2 years later, and I found the gel is not as good as before. Why the reason is? Yeah, there's a lot of people asking for that.
Great question. It's not the gel, it's you. You got used to it. So what happens is when you're feeling always that good, and this happened to me with my clients over the years. So I have people that have been using the product for since it was around in 2001, 2002, and they're still on it today. What they did is they use it for 6 months or a year. They felt really good, right? But all of a sudden, they don't feel improving anymore, right? So they stop. And when they stop, they start going back to normal, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh my God, now I know why. I'm not going to stop. And they start taking it again, and they start feeling good again. So you can't always get younger and younger and younger. It's impossible, you know what I mean? So the whole point is creating a balance where you're feeling well as much as possible. And your body's adrenal, pituitary, and thyroid will stabilize at a certain level. Otherwise, you know, you can't reverse the process. You can slow it down a little bit. But if you notice, if you're starting to get a plateau, that means you kind of reach that height of where you're supposed to be. And this is a good place to be. But if you stop, you'll notice that everything will start slowing down. You know what I mean? So it's called the plateau that your body will reach to, but it will work whether you're feeling it or not. But if you stop for a month or two and start again, you'll appreciate it like you did the first day. But I don't recommend doing that. Why do it, you know?
它就是一个瓶颈反应，就是说这不是一个产品的问题，是你自己的问题。当你用了这产品时候，你的身体一开始的话得到刺激，那么你的身体就出现一个良好的良性反应或者良好的反应。当你用了一段时间之后，你身体已经习惯了这样一个刺激之后，那么你身体已经到了这样一个程度，就是 Alex 讲的，这个不是一个 reverse， 它是可以 slow down， 就是慢慢延缓你的衰老。当你身体到了这样一个瓶颈之后，如果你不用的话，它又会进一步的下降，那么你又恢复到以前那个情况，那你觉得哎呀我要用回去了，用回去之后，那我觉得慢慢好转了，好转之后就到了一个瓶颈，这个瓶颈的话是无法打破的，这就是说你用这个产品来维持这个瓶颈现象或者个平台期。
Any couple more questions?
Yeah, we got many questions.
I think this question is a little bit, as a lot of people answer as well, Kelly, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So the company suggests not using in any cancer patient, but actually a lot of cancer patient has been using, have a very, very good results. What's the best way to do?
So there's a legal and compliant issue with this question. The right advice is to actually consult with your doctor before you use, not Somoderm, before you use anything. When you're going through cancer, you're using medications, always consult with your doctor. Go there, show him the bottle, ask him if it's safe, because you're under the doctor's supervision. The doctor has you on a specific diet, a specific set of protocol of medication, and you want your doctor to know everything that you're on, okay? Even though the product is safe, you always want your doctor to know what's changing. So if it works and you're getting results, the doctor should know that too, right? So share that with your doctor so he can help you manage it. Look, I know not a lot of doctors know about this stuff, right? So you can tell them a little bit about it. We can share with them a little bit about it. The product's been around for 20 years. It's been used for over 5 million people. 5 million, you know, I mean, it's safe and it's been around. But still, the recommendation is if you have any serious ailment, consult with your physician/doctor before and let them know what you are doing so they can monitor your results.
这是一个法律的问题，所以说最好的办法最佳的回答方案是这样，就是说最好能够跟你的医生去探讨你的这个情况，你可以带我们的凝胶去让这个医生看，如果医生不懂的话，我们也可以提供，或者你也可以提供把我们的产品给那个医生看。那么因为医生是你的医生，当你出现了这样一个危重疾病的时候，你需要你的医生给你做一个建议，因为医生也要观察你用了这个产品之后真实有效，对不对？对他的治疗也很大的帮助。那么就是说最好的办法就是跟你的医生去商讨，然后如果需要任何资料的话，我们可以提供给你。
All right, what other questions do we have?
杨医生，你看这个，在这个里面有一些什么问题？因为有很多问题，
也可以，就是说，他很多问题就是说怎么讲呢？非常没必要去回答。就是说，这个就是我挑几个比较常见的问题，然后我也不是太能够回答的。这个呀 ，I feel friend got a heavy reaction and an allergic reaction and got really scared, even drink a lot of water. What can we do that? Advice for that?
Good question. So Somoderm is what they call hypoallergenic. That means it doesn't have high allergic components, but some of us are hypersensitive. So we might be sensitive to one of the ingredients. This is normal. If you feel you have an allergy to this product, the right way to test it is like this. You get a little marker and you draw on the top of your thigh, okay, on your thigh. You draw a circle about 1 to 2 inches in diameter, okay? And then you scratch it with your finger until it gets red a little bit. And then you apply the gel on it, okay? And you don't rub it in, just let it sit there. And if you notice 1 or 2 days later, it gets worse and inflamed, that's a sign that you're allergic to it, okay? If it doesn't, and if it goes back to better and back to normal, then it's not the gel you're allergic to. Okay, so do this test. If you're allergic to it, discontinue. If you're not allergic to it, you'll know from that sign that it's something else you're allergic to. Does that make sense?
OK， Silverderm 是一个低敏产品，过敏源不多的，但是如果真的过敏的话，那是一个非常敏感的机体。那么他 Alexy 在这里教了一个小诀窍，大家可以学一下，就是在你的大腿部位呢，你去找一个大概1-2寸的位置，然后去画个圈圈。然后用手指呢把它 挠一下，挠的皮肤比较红了，然后呢，再把那个产品涂上去。那么过1-2天去观察一下，如果这个产品不引起任何反应的话，那么你对这个产品是没有过敏的；如果这个产品有反应的话，那么你对这个产品是有过敏的。It sounds like you understand my Chinese.
I have a good one. I want to answer over here. I see dosing question. It says when do we do 4 pumps versus 2 pumps, right? So the right dosing is 2 pumps in the morning, 2 pumps in the evening. Remember, use it always on thin skin where you can see your veins, okay? Where you see your veins is the best part because it's the thinnest skin. What I do is right there, right? Morning and night. Why do we do morning and night? 5 days on, 2 days off. Morning and night is easy to remember, okay? That's the main reason. You put it somewhere in the restroom where it's easy to remember it. Because what's important about Somoderm is using it consistently, right? You don't want to use it on Monday, then next Friday, then next Tuesday. You want to use it regularly to get the benefits, and you want to use it all the time. So, and I want the 2 days off for a reason, because I want the endocrine system to wake up on its own, and it spikes those hormone levels up on its own, and it wakes them up. So 5 days on, 2 pumps in the morning, 2 pumps at night, weekend off. But if you want to use more, or if you need more, if you're active, if you're a little older and you want a little bit of pep, if you're going for a run, don't double the dose. Just take an extra dose a few hours away. Remember, doubling the dose, your body breaks it down in 15, 30 minutes and it's gone. Same thing happens. It's like injecting it. But if you use it an hour or 2 hours later, again and again, you can use it multiple times, more often. You will get more results and faster results without having to worry about it.
这个问题回答太好了。OK， 很多人都有这样的想法，每个人都在自己用自己的程序在发挥。那么 Alexy 讲的就是说，第一点，早上跟晚上，第一个是容易记，所以说就是说早上跟晚上。那么呢，就是说他觉得，如果你想用多的话，你不要去用四个 pump。如果你想用的话，如果你是一个非常活跃的一个人，做运动的人，想用多一点，让你的效果更加好一点的话，就是说每次还是按2下，2个 pump，但是你可以多次的使用，能够让 Somoderm 的效果更加好的话，不是说你用了多，而是用了频繁，是用了规律的频繁，就是说你一直要坚持要用。而不是说你今天3天打鱼2天晒网这样的去用，效果是没有的，它是要有规律的一个刺激。那么就是说，如果你想用的话，大家记住了啊，不要去把剂量提高，而是把次数提高。第一点，第二点的话，他说5天跟2天的区别，他就希望在这2天里面，让激发你自身的一个内分泌的一个系统。Yeah, that's a great question. I think people will benefit from this answer because we don't know either. A lot of people just use a lot, just want to try to say a double, like a 4 pump, 6 pump, and I think will be good. 但是就是说，如果你用了量的话，你身体就是一次性的把它吸收分泌的时候，这个效果更没有你能够把次数给增加上去。I think this one will be help everybody.
Good. I see one about gluten, and this person asked that question twice. Monica, I want to answer your question about gluten. Monica says she's celiac and she's concerned if the product has gluten or not. So the product does not have gluten, but the product is not certified gluten-free, okay? Because you have to get the facility certified gluten-free. But if you're celiac, you have to worry more about intake of gluten. So the product doesn't have any gluten ingredient, and it's topical and it's trace. So if it passes by gluten, they can't call it gluten-free. You know what I mean? So we would have to certify the facility as gluten-free. It might be doable in the future. You don't have to worry about it if it's celiac. You will know that the product does not really have any gluten, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so super safe for you. And besides, it's topical. It's on your skin. So everything, the gluten is destroyed. It's too large. The molecule is too large to enter your skin. And the bad things that gluten do are actually in the villi in your stomach. And that's why they create those holes in the leaky gut. and the lectin to start leaking. And there's a different science behind that. But putting it on your skin, you don't have to worry about it whatsoever, but it's clean.
这个问题的话，其实对于我们的东方我们的东方客户的话，应该没有太大的影响。就是说，在美国客户的话非常多，就是说像面筋的一个反应，就是说很多人不能吃面筋。那面筋的话，它是一个长期乳症的一个患者，所以说他不能吃面筋，吃了面筋的话，他的肠道会有一个引起的反应，会去腹泻、腹痛的。所以说，我们这个产品因为没有经过这样一个面筋测试，所以说是没有这样一个要求的话，所以说在这方面大家不用担心太多。
Any other question?
So the other question is, when using the Somoderm, do they need to use other nutrients like antioxidants products?
Okay, great question. Somoderm makes your body react better to anything you're taking because it makes the cells divide more efficiently and it makes them healthier. So whatever you're taking will be enhanced and improved with Somoderm. And this, we discovered this years and years ago.
那么从这个角度来讲的话 ，Somoderm 它是一个母性源的一个产品，所以让你的所有的细胞的反应跟分裂更加敏感、更加有效。所以说，对于任何的食物都会有帮助，对任何的食物的吸收都会有帮助。
What else?
We have like 19 questions here.
That's it. I got one right here. I had a comment from a fellow scientist that the HGH is too big in size to be absorbed in the skin. Would you clarify? Absolutely. So I've gotten this question handled, I don't know, about 1,000 times over the last 20 years. The Dalton size, it's, by the way, the scientist is your friend, is right. The Dalton size of HGH is large, okay? And it's hard to go through the dermis, top layer of your skin. But we use carriers, Somatec, okay, that we've been used for a few years, which is why there's no competition to this product. It's so unique. We use carriers that actually allow large molecule substances to enter the skin, okay? So I'll give you an example. Cosmetic companies use something called collagen you guys are familiar with. Collagen is five times larger than HGH, and you still put it on your skin and it still goes through. So what they do is usually they use micro carriers to take large molecules inside the top layers of the skin.
这个是一个比较科学的一个问题，就是说刚才一个科学家问，就是说生长激素的那个分子是比较大的，那身体是根本皮肤没法吸收，那怎么可能？那么就是说Alex 这样回答，就是说他们使用了一个 Somoderm 是一个微生物的一个携带器或者携带物，可以透过皮肤来吸收，就是说它是通过一个携带物把 HGH 带入那个细胞的。I have a question actually when you answer that. So if you say that, does the product that actually carry or have HGH in the product? But my understanding is no HGH in this product at all.
So HGH, somatropin in the product is HGH, right? And it's a microdose HGH. With HGH, unlike other hormones, so doctor, when you use testosterone, I'll give you an example. When you use testosterone, you have to use a lot of testosterone for it to work in your body. And at last, your body doesn't break it down. Every 8 hours, it breaks it down in half and lasts in your body for a week. HGH, they found something very special about HGH because it works differently than anything else. It's not about the high doses because your body destroys it all immediately, right? It's about how often you apply it. So when you use homeopathic microdose HGH, it's safe and it's effective without having to inject massive doses, and it triggers their body into the IGF increase regularly. You know what I mean? And between the somatropin, the 3 glandules support, and the botanicals, you got increase in HGH in the blood, and the release of HGH, sorry.
Okay, so, but based on the previous education, is I think greatly coming here today because we probably get a little bit confused with your homeopath. So in the beginning we try to understand is when the three component HGH, thyroid, and adrenal was being diluted to a numerous time. It once 20 times, once 8 times. So in the product, it's a micro dose HGH, but it's able to find in a microscope or not?
Oh, with the test, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, you can test it. So there's only like certain countries that process homeopathic medicine. I think some European countries, US, Australia, not. I don't think that many Asian countries do it, but they do have machines that test for the molecular energy from homeopathic medicine and HGH in this product as well. So there's specific devices. You can't just break it out and test it like testing, ginkgo or echinacea, but there are machines that can test for that. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So, Alex 想讲就是说，这个我们的 Somoderm 里面的3个成分，它是通过一个 homeopath 的一个稀释之后，它还是有微量的产品存在在这个产品里面。它通过一个 transdermal， 就是一个皮肤能够吸收的一个携带品，通过这个携带品，透过皮肤来达到身体的体内，通过身体的代谢来消化这个产品。
I got a couple of questions that I like to answer over here. One of them says, can you explain the Somotech technology used in Somoderm and Rosenkohl skincare? This is the same question that we received earlier, doctor, about large molecule and how does it get through the skin. We use Somotech, or actually a set of ingredients that are used to carry the large Dalton molecule past the dermis layer of the skin. And that's the same technology that we use in the Somoderm and in Rosenkohl to get those expensive ingredients in Rosenkohl through the skin. That's the same technology that we use to get that HGH through the skin.
Alex 想讲的话就是说，我们的公司有一个特殊的一个产品，它是这样一个携带产品，可以让大分子的产品、大分子的一个HGH 跟其他产品通过这样一个技术，能够通过透皮吸收，让身体来产生这样一个作用。
Any other questions? I'm looking here. You got to read the Chinese one, Doc. I can read the English.
I know, but a lot of questions is like a little bit of problem. Yes, it's kind of yeah.
I got a good one. Can you drink wine or alcohol while using Silverderm Gel from Romeo?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Romeo. I don't know how much wine you're drinking, man, but
I'm not sure that.
If you're drinking 1 or 2 glasses of wine, you're totally fine. If you're drinking 1 or 2 bottles of wine, don't take Somoderm at the same time. There's no use. Don't take any medications with that much wine. So if you're drinking a little bit of wine, that's absolutely fine, totally. But if you overdo it, don't do it.
Okay, how about coffee?
Totally fine.
It's fine.
Yes.
OK， 就是说今天老板在这里 clear 一下，就是说当你就是说一直就是说我们用 Somoderm 的时候，尽量不要喝咖啡，尽量不要饮酒。他在这里讲的话，就是说咖啡是应该没有影响的。那么酒精的话，你尽量如果1杯2杯红酒的话，应该没有什么大的影响。当然，如果你硬了喝太多的话，就像任何那个吃药一样的话，那酒精的刺激对你的身体当然不好了。因为你要知道酒精是在肝脏排泄当中，酒精是排第1位的。那么当你用了产品之后，那有喝酒的话，那么你的产品是根本没法吸收、没法使用的。所以说尽量不要喝酒。那么1到2杯红酒是没有什么太大的问题。
What else?
Someone, this question is, someone was suggesting using Somoderm on the skin to end wrinkle. Is possible or not?
I would not use it So if you have an injury, okay, if you have an injury, you can use it directly on the injury. Yes. But if you want it to get in your body systemically, don't apply it directly on the area. Still apply it on thin skin so it can get in and work on the skin everywhere. You know what I mean? Because some areas in the skin are so thick and there's not so much ventricles and it doesn't carry it through the bloodstream. So if you put it here, you waste your money, you know? And the same thing, if you put it here, you waste your money. You waste a lot of your money, you know? But if you have an injury here, then it goes through the bloodstream faster, you know what I mean? Or a bruise and the skin is thinner. So it really depends on thin skin. It works more efficiently and better. It gets faster into the bloodstream with all the ingredients, not just the somatropin, the important stuff, the botanicals, the glandules, and everything.
那么就像刚才我讲的一样，就是Alex 一直强调，就是说，当你用这产品的时候，最好能够看到血管的部位，就是说皮肤比较薄弱的部位。那么如果你用在那个皮肤比较厚的部位的话，那等于就说是浪费钱了。当然说，如果你用在手掌的话，如果用在皮肤比较厚的地方，你根本看不到血管的话，你身体是没法吸收的。第一点，第二点的话，如果你的皮肤上面有伤口的话，那通过伤口可以吸收。所以说，尽量用在能够皮肤比较薄弱的、能够看到血管的部位，那么产品才可以更好的吸收。
So overall, I saw a lot of questions with healing and repair. After you have Somoderm in your body for a few months, doctor, that mechanism of healing and repair should become a little bit more rapid and a little bit quicker. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work like you apply it directly on a tear and it fixes it. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? But if it's in your system regularly, naturally you're releasing a little bit more HGH. Naturally, you will repair injuries faster.
那就是说，如果你是受伤的情况下，不是说你放在受伤的部位会对你更加有帮助，只是说一个长期的一个刺激，让你身体能够平稳的释放正常的那个生长激素的话，那你的整个身体的那个机能就提高了。那么这样的话，对伤口的恢复会比较好，而不是说你把它涂在了伤口部位，会促进那个伤口的愈合。
I see a good one. Can pregnant women use this product during pregnancy? Pregnant women do not need Somoderm. If you are pregnant, your body's making lots of HGH. You don't need any more HGH. Don't do it. It's a waste of money. For pregnant people, no, you don't need it.
孕妇的话就不要用了，因为当你是一个孕妇的时候，你身体已经分泌大量的生长激素，那个情况下你是浪费钱的，所以说不用用的。
I think we're getting it's
maybe it's time's up, and so we answer one last question. Who should not use our Somoderm gel and why?
I mean, Somoderm is safe, okay, for everyone. But if you are under 18, you can use it, but let your doctor know, because there's kids that have dwarfism, a lack of HGH, and they need more. So it's safe, but talk to your doctor if you're under 18. That's one. Number two, if you're pregnant, you don't need it because your body makes so much, okay? Makes so much when you're pregnant, you don't need it. Number three, if you have a serious disease and you're taking other medications and you're on a lot of medications, always consult with your physician. Let them know that you're adding something new, right? And always good to let your doctor know that you're making a change or adding something. That's it. Other than that, you're fine.
上面的话基本上每一个人都可以用的，对吧？3种人不能用。第一个就是18岁以下，18岁用的话你没必要。第一个如果用的话，就是跟你医生讲一下，看看什么情况。第二个就是刚刚讲过，孕妇是根本不要用的，用了没什么意思。第三个情况下就是说，如果你是一个重大疾病的患者的话，因为你吃了大量的一个药物的情况下，尽量跟你医生去探讨一下如何去正常的、安全的使用Somoderm。
All right, everyone. I want to say thank you so much for having me here today. That was so much fun. I want to do it more often. Maybe we do Rose and Cole next time, or MLT or something else. I don't know. If you guys want, okay? Meanwhile, I want to tell you thank you. I think it's Shishini, right?
Yes.
Everyone, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
谢谢 ，Thank you，Thank you，
Thank you, Doctor.
谢谢
Yeah,
谢
you're welcome,
谢
my pleasure.
Kelly.
谢谢大家 ，Thank you Alexy，谢谢杨医生，为我们做这个翻译。那今天这个培训呢就到这里，我知道大家时间都很宝贵，然后我也没有就不多说了，然后 Alexy 就开始就是讲这个产品。所以接下来呢，我们会安排更多的这个培训。就下一次我们可以安排培训其他产品也请老板来跟我们讲。那今天感谢大家的参与。那我知道大家还有很多问题，如果你们有些什么其他的问题呢，通过你们的这个团队的领导人来跟我们就是跟我们沟通，然后我们尽量回答大家的问题。好，那我们今天的培训到这里结束，感谢大家。再见，
谢谢，谢谢，
谢谢杨医生，
谢谢你，谢谢你，今天
拜拜
谢谢，拜拜。